Okay.
Phone.
It's fine. We can do some afterwards. No big deal.
All right.
Okay, here we go. So, welcome back, everybody. My name's Charles.
I'm Nolan. Bruce.
Welcome to the park.
Wow.
This is our podcast. We are a show about everything and a show about
Pretty much nothing.
right. So enjoy yourself. We plan to give you a good show. We got a few topics today that may intrigue you, may piss you off, may do nothing. You may not have a feeling at all about the shit that we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about it anyway. Okay?
We're going to get into it.
Yeah, we're going to get into it. So let's go ahead and get into it. And we're going to start with...
what we drinking on? We always got to start
what we drinking on. So we'll start with that.
Old Faithful. You know, I had some Yingling in the garage, so I put them in the freezer and the refrigerator, got them cold. Nolan bought some Topo Chico ranch water, and then I got a little taste of liquor over here, you know, kind of take the edge off just a little bit.
Right. And I think these are really kind of go-to so far,
We
right?
kind of, if it's not a Topo Chico or Yingling, and Guinness kind of makes a reoccurring.
Yeah, I mean, we don't necessarily need to change up the routine or but every once in a while we like to give you a little review on something. But this,
We'll try something new.
you already know about it.
I've been looking for those lemon flavored Crown Roll. You sent the picture to me.
Yeah.
I keep going to my little store with it. I need to check out Total Wine, see if they got them out. I haven't seen them out anywhere.
So you weren't on the. I think I said both of y'all that on what's the seasoning for the crab boils? Or the vodka I sent you. What was the name of it? Old Bay, the Old Bay vodka.
Yeah.
You not on that? You know? No, nobody. Okay, all right.
Look, that shit would be dope in a Bloody Mary.
I think so. Probably the only thing, or maybe in a shrimp boil, you throw a little bit in there, kind of
But you don't know vodka in your seafood.
It might be good. Do a little saute with it on top,
Burn alcohol.
Burn alcohol.
But then just sprinkle some damn Old Bay on it.
Well, depending on how good the vodka is too, right?
Yeah.
So
if they're mixing it with fucking Creole seafood season, it's probably not the best quality vodka.
It's fucking potato vodka.
Sure it's not Russia's finest.
Yeah, no. But we are going to go through a few things. Like we said, we got a couple topics that we want to talk about. Then we're going to get into one of Bruce's hypotheticals. And then we will round it all out with a little bit of topic roulette that so many of you have grown so fond of in the current time. So
I'm going to start off. So
yeah, let's get with that topic.
What the fuck is NFT? Somebody tell me, because I have no idea.
Non-fungible token.
Okay.
Right.
And you told me what it was.
I have no idea.
And it still means no. So get on the Google machine here and find out what an NFT is.
No, so these are, I know what they are. I get the general concept. So it's non-interchangeable unit of data stored on a blockchain, right? So it's a non-fungible token. So basically there are images or art that are created and they're being sold. You know how you get on Google and you Google an image and a picture or something? Now you can't just say, oh, I'm Googling it. Somebody's going to actually own that image.
Yeah. So
what does that mean?
That means if you want to use it, then you would have to pay them for it.
How do you stop somebody from screen grabbing an image?
You can't. And that's why this is so stupid. It's just the dumbest
Well, this
shit.
is the thing, right? Like, so that's one of them, right? That's and folks, you'll see what we see here in just a second, but that's one, right? And this was a piece of art. I remember this right here. This whole thing was like a collage of little small pictures. And I don't know how much it sold for, but it sold for quite a bit of money. I forget the number, but
well, if it's art, I can understand that.
And that's kind of what it started with. Like it's all art because you get on. but they have little stupid things like the smoking monkey or this and that.
But why
or
is
this
that?
guy smoking a pipe.
Why does that have value?
Look, and it sells for $69 million.
Yeah, so that's,
that type of stuff.
That's what we're saying is like this craze, this NFT craze, this crypto craze.
Mm-hmm.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all going to fall flat on its face sooner or later. People are just. I think it's just a phase. This is one of those phases that America's going through right now. All this craziness that's going on with all the other shit. And this is just one other thing. I think people are just losing their fucking minds.
Oh,
that's all it is.
Clearly.
But you know what? If they are...
But who knows? Maybe there's something I'm just not catching. I don't know.
Well, look, and if they're purchasing these, if enough people get involved, then of course... it gets out of hand, it gets out of control. But at what point does it lose its value? Right? Or does it just keep going like crypto was? I mean, look at Bitcoin.
But and you think about it now.
When does it lose its value? When does it hit the ceiling, right? Because it's only so many monkey images or, whatever else they got on here.
Who are the rich people buying this shit? That's what I want to know.
But
that's why I think it's all fake.
I don't think it's all rich people.
So I think
it's just people looking to invest in some things.
But see, here's what I think the game is, and I think the thing about cryptocurrency and these sort of things is because we don't know who's behind it, right? So like you look at something like Bitcoin, who owns most of it? So because you got to think of it, the more of it's out there, the more the value of it increases, the more legitimate it seems, right? So like imagine if all three of us had $100 million apiece, right? And we go say, hey, let's go ahead and invest $100 million apiece into Bitcoin. So we buy all this fucking Bitcoin, raise the value, So we have a pretty large position in Bitcoin, and we watch as more people jump on board, our position grows and grows and grows. So us at the top who have the largest position, we just wait. And as soon as we hit that threshold and say, all right, we're going to pull our position out, the value of it is going to plummet. And all the money that all these other people put in who brought it up, they just lost out because our position is so fucking large that when we pull out of it, it's worth nothing anymore. And I think that's what's happening.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's only going to fail if they allow it to fail, right? If there's some kind of, dare I say, catastrophe, right? Like if there's not a catastrophe, if nobody one day starts selling off all their NFTs because, and widespread panic happens, then it should continue to rise. I think because people have invested so much money in it. At some point, it can't fail.
It's all a conspiracy.
Right? But they're not all worth millions of dollars either. Like there's some that's worth 2 cents, 7 cents, $1, this and that. So, and people are holding on to those images, hoping that they will be worth more money one day, or that somebody's like, oh, somebody can put that.
I think what
on
happened
web
was
design or something like that. But
I think what happened was people were not capable of investing in actual products, like actual artwork.
Well,
and so they're like, oh, well, let's just have something new to invest in. We'll just create something out of thin air.
Could be that.
NFT.
Well, they say this is the new wave of art, right? You want to own something
not art, though.
It's art.
Bullshit. It's
anybody that knows how to draw can do that.
I could do this shit on fucking PowerPoint.
Yeah. But here's what I think.
This crap. It's stupid.
Now here's the conspiracy theorist in me. So this is what I think is what's happening, right? I think they want to move us away from investing our money. First of all, they want to get rid of cash, right? Because if you have to spend money electronically, then at some point there's going to be somebody that oversees the flow of sales and transactions with money, and they can turn it on and off. Like you look at Russia right now. They decided, Russia, we are not going to allow you to spend money because the only way you can move big amounts of money with trade.
That's what the blockchain is.
But see, here's the thing though. Like when people stop investing in like stocks is attached to a fucking company, right? Okay. So there's value in that company. It's a tangible thing. You can put money in Amazon and you can go touch an Amazon building. See the Amazon trucks. There's actual tangible value in that, right? They don't want people investing in that. You start investing your money in shit like that in a fucking picture on the internet, and the moment that the powers that be say that has no value, your cryptocurrency and all your internet money has no value.
Well, that's my point. That's what I'm saying. When does that happen? Like, what point does that come about and say, you know what, this is some bullshit. Yeah. This is not worth anything.
Because everyone's spending Bitcoin, right?
I think
you can buy things, but what happens when the United States government says we no longer recognize Bitcoin as a form of payment?
You know what? And folks, I may be wrong. This could be the conspiracy theory in me talking, right? Like that, like you say, right? But at some point, Bitcoin was Bitcoin that was either hidden or destroyed, or because when you think about it, right, they say, oh, well, this much Bitcoin is on the market, right? And that's it. It won't be made anymore. That's all the Bitcoin you get. And that's why it's, what was it, 50,000 a coin right now? Or what is it?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, right? Okay, well, these are all the coins we get, But wouldn't you do that if you were to create a Bitcoin? Wouldn't you hide a few and just release them periodically so you can sell them?
You could.
I mean, this is just what I'm saying. Like, they say, oh, no, there's no more left, this and that. I think that's a whole...
But then you got the city, I think it's Fort Worth. They bought this computer system, right? Fits in this fucking house. Mm-hmm. And it's to mine Bitcoin.
Right.
So it's like, first of all, what the fuck does that mean?
What, mining for Bitcoin?
Mining Bitcoin. So you have this elaborate computer setup with all these,
right?
Fucking, you know what I mean? And servers and all this stuff. It's like, this stuff is like, well, way over my head. And there's a part of me that's like, well, fuck it, because it's going to be a fad. And everybody that's jumping on board is about to lose their money. Or
I'm going to look up.
Or it's like, am I going to be the motherfucker that's left holding my dick because I didn't mine Bitcoin or invest in it?
Well, this is the thing. So a little bit. That's why I'm going to look it up just to make sure I am correct in that. But there is Bitcoin floating out there through this, like it get past its rate. So there's traces of these coins that are left. And that's what you're mining, right? Through transactions that are going. And you can mine whatever the traces that are left, right? But
what is it? Code? What can I make it?
No.
Who makes Bitcoin?
No. So you need graphic cards. You need a computer system, and you need a way to keep all of this stuff cool.
Essentially, if you don't know how to do it, you'll probably never know how to do it. It's just not worth our time. Just invest in gold and silver.
We'll be gold and silver. Yep.
Good old Warren Buffett.
Gold and silver.
I mean, seriously, that shit's
going away. Buy you a nice piece of property.
It's actually, well, it's not at an all-time high, but it's pretty up. I mean, it's like with gold's like what, $19.50 an ounce or something like that.
Something like that.
$1,900.
I mean, just don't. I know they've been trying to force us down our throats for the last 15 years or so. I'm not buying it. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. It's just retarded. It's going to go away. Like, it might not go away. I don't know. All right. That's just my opinion.
It says here, I'm going to let so everybody know. It says mining is...
I said the R word. Anyway, sorry.
No, okay. Mining is performed using sophisticated hardware that solves an extremely complex computational math problem. Okay? The first computer to find the solution to the problem receives the next block of Bitcoins, and the process begins again.
You did good reading that this time.
Fuck you.
You've been working on
it. I told you to stop talking about my fucking...
You're doing good, Charles. I'm proud of you.
I'm going to let you read from now on. How about that? I'm not reading anything else since you got a problem with my
I don't have a problem with it. I just...
No.
I appreciate that you're working on it.
I'm going to pass it to you.
It's never... Don't matter how old, it's never too late.
I'm going to pass it to you. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, that's what it is. Those transactions that happen, there's a little bit of coin left, and they find it with this algorithm or in the computer.
Here's the other thing that goes along with this. The other issue I have with this is what happens when you get more sophisticated computers and AI and all that other stuff. That's just going to be doing the mining for us. So who's going to get paid then?
Well, no, it's already doing the mining for us.
Right. But people are getting paid for it. People are getting they're responsible for that. What I'm saying is what's going to happen down the road when government is the ones that are mining
it,
right?
I think they already mined it.
Well, that's
of
what I'm
course.
saying.
Yeah, I think. I don't.
But you
doubt
know, you
that
think
at
about
all,
it, right? You look at the evolution of computers. So when you see a Bitcoin mining sort of operation, it's huge with all these servers and shit, right?
Mm.
In about 20 years, this is the size of your Bitcoin mining fucking operation is going to be the size of a cell phone. And you're going to mine Bitcoin and then you're going to go about your day.
Well,
the other thing I don't understand about it is it's not economically feasible, right? Like the amount of, I was going to say carbon.
Carbon?
You know what I mean? The amount of, I can't think. I'm so fried. From the way I understand it, it's using up too many resources just to be able to mine.
Well, this is the thing. So
does that make sense?
I got you. So it's
no, because the only issue is that you have to keep those servers cool, right?
Right.
And of course, there's electricity you need or whatever, but this is a setup. I brought up a picture so you can see like a mining setup. This is a small scale setup.
See, that's bullshit.
So listen to this though. There was an article. I don't know if we talked about this before or not, but there was an article about two children who were mining coins. I think it was Ethereum. I don't think it was Bitcoin, but they were mining it together. They did a small setup first, and then they kind of moved on. And then the dad allowed them to move it into the garage. I think they're 13 and 9, so brother and a sister.
Blood diamond over here.
Well, now they're making $30,000 a month.
And then the kids disappeared. And the dad's got a new Lamborghini.
Why would the kids disappear? They are basically supporting the household now. You know what I mean? Like, why would, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be profitable, but you have to have, like, the resources. So what they were doing was going to every Best Buy. They were going to every online store they could to find these graphic cards to set up their little, server set up in the garage. And
that only works for the people who do it first. Like, once everybody catches on.
Well, that's what the issue was running into right after this article came out, around that same time. And I'll put a link up for the article so you guys can read it. It's supposed to be one of those inspirational stories about, look at the little kids. They're running around, they're getting all that. That's great and all, but it's like, well.
Yeah, and they're 40 years old and they're still virgins.
But they got a lot of Bitcoin. But as much Bitcoin as they got, I'm pretty sure the little boy at some point he's gonna blow a little bit on a little coke. And
well, the dad offered the damn garage so they can continue on doing it. Anyway, I'll put a link in there.
Charles,
I don't know how inspirational it is, but I think it's smart.
Charles, how much money would you need to have for you to say, you know what, my day is gonna consist of cocaine and hookers? Like, what level of rich would you need to be?
I'd probably need fuck you money.
Like, what is that though?
Fuck you money for me?
Yeah.
Because it's different. It's different for everybody. But fuck you money for me is, I don't know, probably 60 million.
60 million. So if I wrote you a check for 60 million, you're going to go, first thing, I'm going to go get me a key and call some bitches.
I don't know about calling any bitches. I don't know about getting the key. It ain't my cup of tea. I'm just saying.
You're like, hey, wife, here's 4 or 5 million. Go. You need to get
I ain't gonna do that because she might actually leave.
I know.
Get him some money.
Get a good lawyer and be like, yo, I'm gonna need 30.
Half. Yeah, like I'm gonna need half. Goddamn, she might actually go. I don't know. But listen, I mean that kind of money. I mean, what is it for you? I don't know.
100 million.
Okay.
Minimum.
This is not the hypothetical, right?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure because we, folks, it's new to us too. When
I'd say for me, about 100,000.
I mean, that'd be nice too.
He's like, last year's salary. Whatever I made last year, that'll pretty much do it. That'll do. So
that'll do it.
Yeah, I don't.
Nah, it'd probably be. I'm with Nolan. Probably between 60 and 100 million.
Yeah, you gotta be comfortable because you gotta be able to get yourself out of trouble.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like, so you can You can get into trouble with no money. So
yeah.
So you want to have enough money,
but
so
I
you could just get
I feel
your
like
ass out of
if
trouble.
I was rich like that, like if I was like stupid rich, you know, I'm one of those people that like I got hundreds of millions of dollars, or not even hundreds of millions, but I
mind all the Bitcoin.
But I mine Bitcoin. Let's say I have $100 million. I won't say never, but the chances of me getting in trouble would be very, very slim because there's certain things that I wouldn't do. Number one is I'm always going to have a damn driver. I'm not going to be out drinking and driving.
Sure.
Any party or thing that I do is going to be on my terms. So if I'm going to have a party, I'm not going to a nightclub. It's like you're going to come to my mansion and I'm taking everybody's cell phones. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be on my terms. Like, I don't want to be out. I don't want to be seen. And if I am going to go out, then I'm not going to do anything.
So if I had $100 million, the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything, I'm going to hire one of those dudes. You watch Billions?
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay. The dude that they hire to like spy on people and shit.
Yeah.
That creep dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to hire someone like him.
You got to get you a guy like that.
Yeah, you got to have a right-hand man. Yeah. Get you out of some shit.
You know,
pay off a few judges.
Yeah, the guy who will do your dirty work for you. You know,
it didn't have any ties to anybody. They don't know
he's
who
a
he
ghost.
is.
Yeah, for all intents and
he
purposes,
keeps your hands clean of everything.
Everything. Yeah.
It's the first thing.
Well, you right now, get you a guy like that, and then you got to get you a.
So that I'll be your guy for that, and then I'll be your driver. And you can't two birds one stone. It's like that. It's done, just like that.
And as soon as somebody see you paying somebody off, they be like, "Who's it for, Nolan or Bruce?" Because ain't nothing you wrong with us. You wouldn't be a good ghost guy.
I'm gonna blend in with everybody.
See, I'd hire somebody like John.
You'd be on Facebook like, "Hey, anybody want to hire me? I got some shit."
I get somebody like John. You know, John's inconspicuous.
Yeah.
You know, and I give him like $100,000. I gotta go take care of this thing for me, John.
Like, here you go. Just slide that over.
Yeah, it's like I'm having a party in my McMansion over here. Here's $100,000. You know what to do with it. Yeah, you know what to buy. You know what to get. You know how to handle it. So make it happen.
Yeah. And he gets in his Suburban and leaves.
Yeah.
Go take care of that.
And then when it's time for my party, everything is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. It had to be somebody like that.
An incident happens.
You're right. I'd blow it. I'd blow it, folks. I'd just passing out money. You coming to the party? Fucking here's some money. Come on.
And
to
see,
the party.
here's the thing about Charles. I give Charles $100,000 to take care of something. Charles is gonna spend about $40,000 on what I asked him to, and then he's gonna come back with some other shit because he found a good deal and thought I'd be
40.
nice.
I can get it for. I get it for 10.
Charles was like, I got 2 Lincolns and a BMW.
Yeah.
You know, plus a little bit less than what you asked for, but look at the cars. We can resell these.
Got you a good deal on some windows too.
You know what I'm saying? But hold up, before you get mad, look at the tires. They new.
But look, no, it had to be enough money to literally say fuck you to somebody. Like, it don't matter who it is. I mean, it just have to be enough to say, hey, whatever.
What would you do with your time if you didn't have to work no more?
Yeah, Bruce, these are all... Hold those for next hypothetical questions. Because I feel like we could go on for days about those.
If I didn't have to work, I'd travel.
Okay.
And money was no object?
Money was no object.
Travel.
You travel. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, what else is there to do?
How extreme
what
would
else would you want to do?
Well, that's all. I'd want to travel and eat. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. But how extreme would it get? Because think about it. After about 2 or 3 years, you'll probably have went everywhere you wanted to go. So now you got to up it.
No. Well, I don't know, man. For me, there's so much to see. But so much to do. 2 years ain't going to cover it. I would do.
I guess it depends how much time you spend in each place you go to.
Yeah, like 15 years might not even cover it for me. Like, there's just too much.
I think you're spending too much time there.
Well, that's what I want to do.
Nolan be gone for 6 months. Come back. He's a monk.
Honestly,
head.
Like, I've been in Tibet.
Well, you just,
on the side of a mountain somewhere.
You preface it by saying, if money were no object, you don't have to work. So if I don't have to work, that's all I'm going to do.
Yeah.
You'll never see me again.
Yeah, I know, but I think you'd get tired of being.
Nolan
like,
gonna come back. Nolan will come back from like Central America with some Aztec tattoo on the side of his head.
Yeah.
He's like, I got bored. I was in the jungle.
My fucking dick fell off because I got black gonorrhea or something. What is it? Anyway.
Yeah.
So there's so many exotic diseases that we don't know about.
I don't know. Maybe travel for me too.
Oh, so before I forget, I want to give a shout out to my niece. She's having a game right now. She plays for the Pittsburgh Passion. It's a female football league.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Are they winning?
Yeah, they won the other week too. They blew them out.
Shout out to Bruce's niece.
Shout out to my niece. She plays defensive line. You know, it was awesome.
What's her first name?
Camilla Lowe. So it's awesome to see her get out there. She's number 50 and see Lowe on the back of her jersey. I'm like, yeah. She getting in there on tackles and stuff like that. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
And a little bit. Let me go back to the drinks here a little bit. This is terrible.
It's not good, dude. I don't know why I'm drinking it.
This is terrible. Don't get the Topo Chico ranch water, folks. This is my first time.
Let me try a little bit of that.
That is terrible.
It tastes nothing like the Modelo.
It's terrible.
Let's see.
It tastes nothing. Modelo ranch water, very much on point.
Dude, it's like fucking water. This is like, I don't know what
it tastes like. You know how you get the little lime, and the squeeze that you use for like mixed drinks.
Yeah,
that's all this is. But it's with a little bit of fizzy in it.
It's a little malt in there too. I don't know what. There's something malty about it, like an old English. This is mixed with red, like an old East.
This is the malt liquor of seltzer.
Mm-hmm.
When we gonna do malt liquor night?
We were supposed to do that already.
When are we gonna do Pitorro?
We're supposed to do that already.
We'll try a little bit more of this and see if I hate it.
Wait, what next weekend? What do y'all got?
What's next weekend?
I don't know, man.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Don't worry about it. Folks, we're going to get on that Pitorro. Don't worry about it. We're going to get on that. If you don't know what that is, catch up with us on the next episode.
I have to be honest with you, Charles. I'm a little nervous about that.
What? About what?
Burying some shit and then drinking it. Like, I don't know if that's going to be the move.
That will be the move. I'm telling you. I've had it and done it.
We're going to all be in the emergency room with fucking...
We will not. We will not.
Violent fucking gastrointestinal...
Excellent.
3 men accidentally created mustard gas.
They made botulism in their backyard.
When I tell you it is one of the best drinks I think I've had ever, it's up there.
It's gonna be the next pandemic. It's like we don't know where this came from.
Dude, I watched one video. This dude, he took I think it was Jolly Ranchers. Was it Jolly Ranchers? It was candy, right? Some kind of candy.
You made some purple drink?
Pretty much. Yeah, he like left it in a jar of a bottle of vodka or something, right? For like a month. And then came back and it was like all dissolved and it said it's the best shit ever.
No, I'm not talking about like fucking flaming hot habanero. I'm talking just a small,
just a little kick,
small note of jalapeno flavor and spice in the back end when you drink it. So when you drink it, you get everything of a margarita, and then right on the back end, it's like,
no,
it's a little extra.
No, I'm not with that at all. I don't want any spiciness in my drink. I'm barely on the what is it, Fireball? Barely on that. Because it reminds me of Red Hots.
Oh, Red Hots are delicious. One of my favorite candies.
Oh, that's the only reason why I drink it.
I used to crush those atomic fireballs. You remember those things?
Mm-hmm.
Burn the inside of your cheek.
You're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, but it's so good.
So, okay, let's move on. We're going to go to our next topic because we're getting behind here. What is it?
All right, so the next thing we got. So I was talking to these guys and in the news, they've had that law in Florida, and I don't want to discuss the law per se because I haven't read it and I don't understand. I can't speak confidently about what the law says and what it doesn't. But I think it goes to a larger question. So from what I understand, basically what the state of Florida was trying to do is prevent certain conversation about transgender and homosexuality and those sort of things for the younger elementary school age kids from like kindergarten to third grade. So we're talking about 5 to 8 years old. Like to say, hey, these kids at this age don't really need to be dealing or talking about this sort of thing. And then somehow in the media, it morphed to like, well, you're not allowed to say gay in schools. I don't know like the actual verbiage of the law. So I'm not going to argue that. But my larger question to you guys is like, do we need to start talking to children 5, 6, 7, 8 years old about transgender, homosexuality, all the LGBTQ sort of things? Is it necessary for them to have this information at that age? Is it helpful? Is it going to make them better people? Does it hurt them? Like, what do you think? Like,
I think that they aren't thinking about that. The kids aren't thinking about that, so we shouldn't be thinking about that. And the only reason why a kid would think about that is because they have been exposed to someone discussing it with them, or someone saying, hey, you know, this is what happens when you are gay, or this is what happens, and they shouldn't be saying anything like that to them because they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about, I would say, Pokemon and Power Rangers.
No, that's what they're thinking about.
I don't think they look at that anymore. I don't know what the hell 5 to 8 year olds think about.
Well, look, my niece is 6 or 7 years old. How's Connie?
She's 6.
6. So my niece is 6 years old, right? And she is she's an innocent little girl. She likes to play her Pokemon. She plays soccer. She's a total child. Everything about her is a child, right? She doesn't have those sorts of ideas are not running through her brain. Like she has no concept of those things. She doesn't talk about it. She doesn't ask questions about it. So my point is, it's like, why introduce it to her?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the only reason, if they do know it, the only reason they would know it is because someone said something.
Yeah, so I don't understand why people would be upset if someone said like, hey, like let's just these topics that are something that these kids won't deal with at 7, like let's not even bring it up now. So then the question would be, well, what if they ask a question about it? Because they heard something. They say, well,
see, and that's the other thing, right? Like if somebody asks a question about it, I think it's not the educator's job to educate on that topic. I think you defer back to their parents. Like, hey, you should go ask your parents about that.
You know, I
agree with that.
I never understood as a kid.
That's great you're interested in that.
You know, like when you're a kid, like in elementary school, I'm talking like 3rd, 2nd grade, and like Valentine's Day comes up, right? And they're like, oh, make a Valentine and give it to a girl, you know.
Girl.
But I'm like, even as a kid, I was like, well, how do you know what a kid wants to do? You know what I'm saying? I was like, even that should be inappropriate. Well, maybe I'm looking into it too deep. I don't know.
You saying that? I don't understand.
What I'm saying is schools need to just shut the fuck up and teach and stop with all this other bullshit. All the extracurricular, activities and all. School dances. Fuck school dances. What the fuck are we doing here?
It's not.
You gotta have some fun, no.
Great territory, but you have all
he's like, shit. Go to school, go to work.
I want it to be. I want the education system to become like communist China.
Okay.
They're going 7 days a week, 12 hours a day.
Right.
That's what I want.
Well, I agree with you to a certain extent. So I feel like now with these teachers and these counselors, it's like there's a segment of our population who feels like everybody needs to think and believe these things and think this way. And I feel like now the schools are like, well, look, we need to make sure these kids are thinking this way and they have these sorts of ideas. And if we can put this on them early, then we imprint them and this is what they'll believe. And these are the type of adults they'll come. And this is going to be controversial, what I'm about to say, but I vehemently disagree.
Everything.
Yeah, it is kind of.
That's the whole point of this podcast.
But I disagree with it because it's like, look, if you are a Christian, Muslim, if you're Jewish, if you're a racist, you have the right to instill whatever values in your children that you want. It doesn't matter what society says is acceptable. If I want to raise a good little conservative Christian, I should have the right to do that as a parent, and I shouldn't have to go back and forth with the school about what values are important. If I want to raise my son to be a terrible racist, or not even terrible, a good racist boy, you don't deal with blacks, you don't deal with Mexicans, Chinamans aren't that good either. You know, if I want to raise my kid to be like that, that's my right. I'm not saying it's good, but who allowed these teachers in these school districts and these school boards to decide like what is the best moral thing for children to believe? Mm-hmm. What if I don't want my kids thinking it's okay to be homosexual or transgender?
Well, this is the thing, right? I don't think that what I was saying before, it's not enough to educate the kids, right? You have to take it a step further. You have to you got to educate them about their sexuality, about what's around you. At some point, you got to put the onus back on the parent and say, hey, listen, your daughter asked about gay people and, you know, whatever. Or tell the kid, like, because it's not, at some point, we got to say, hey, you know, because I think, now, I know a few teachers, you know, but at some point, the teachers, they got enough on their plate, right? Like, they don't need to be worried about, like, oh, I got to teach your son.
No, they're more than happy to do that bullshit, bro. They are more than happy.
I get that there's something out there, but they should not want that, right? Because it's just another thing that they have to do.
Well, no, it's not one more thing. Instead of teaching math, it's like, okay, we're going to talk about how women can have a penis too.
No, see, I don't agree with that, but I'm just saying, everyone's not like that. Like all the teachers that I know, they're not like that.
But they're going to get ran up out of there.
No, they can't run them all. There's too many of them. There's too many of them.
Watch. Bro, if it was that way, then we wouldn't be talking about what we're talking about.
No, but this is the thing, right? A lot of this comes to light when it's election years, and you know that. And that's what we're in right now, right?
I feel like we're in a constant
election year. It does feel like that now, but you remember back in the 90s when you just hear about some shit every once in a while. They're like, oh, a blue dress. You know, now it's like every day is a blue dress.
24-hour news cycle is a motherfucker.
Yeah,
man.
like
that's all we get.
Remember when the news used to go off? When TV used to just cut the fuck off and there wasn't no TV? Like the flag would play.
They would play the national anthem, and that was it.
That was it. You might, if you had cable, you could get some shit on Showtime.
Yeah.
Or HBO or something like, you know, but that was it. Like regular TV, that shit was, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. It's over with.
Yeah. 6 a.m., folks, we'll see you. Tell you about the weather. Like they didn't. But now, shit, you running just a constant circle about, oh, this happened. It always feels like an election.
But bro, I feel like my perception of the 80s and the 90s, right, growing up as a kid, it's like all these concepts that we talk about now wasn't a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nobody asked about it.
No one cared about it. We was just like doing stuff. But like now it seems like we're trying to create a problem where there is none. We want to, you know, it's like you look at like racism and shit like that, right? It's like I didn't deal with a whole lot of that growing up, and it wasn't a big part of my life growing up, right? And I think that most people aren't racist, you know. But when you watch the news and you listen to what's going on out there, you know, you get the impression like if you weren't from America and you watch the American news, you would think that every night there's black people hanging from trees, and you know, you would think that that's what's going on here, but 90% of the people in this country are not racist, you know, but listening and watching our news, they'd have you believe that that's the case. 90% of the people don't care if somebody's transgender or homosexual. It's like, are you a good person? You know what I'm saying? It's very simple with me. It's like I don't care what you look like. You can live in a trailer park, drive a pickup truck, have 3 teeth in your mouth. If you're a good dude, we can be friends. If you got blue hair and you walk around and you got
the Barney approach.
I'm telling you, like I genuinely all these superficial
we can all
things.
Be friends.
Yeah, all these superficial things like race,
until they piss
sexual
you off.
orientation.
And then we can't be friends.
Well, look, now if we don't get along, that's different. Like if you got blue hair and I think you're an asshole, then we can fight about it. But just because you got blue hair doesn't make you an asshole.
Look,
who you are, how you act, how you deal with people.
It's not our state. We don't live there.
But bruh, if
no.
You don't
I
think
get
that
it.
shit's coming to Texas.
No. I get it. Look, the abortion laws kind of spread wide. I think Oklahoma's about to do that right now too. But this is the thing, right? It only comes about, man, when there's an election on the line. Like he is. If you don't think, what's his name? DeSantis is running with.
It's Trump DeSantis 2024.
I mean, in his mind, I think he thinks, well,
who are you voting for? Biden or Trump?
No, I think he thinks he can run on his own ticket.
No, but here's the play.
I know the play, but I'm just telling you, in his mind, I think
he's gonna the play for him. He's gonna do 12 years.
Oh, yeah, easy.
In the White House because he's gonna do 4 with Trump and then he's gonna run for president and try to do 8.
No, I get it, but he like in his mind right now, he's like, I can just do it by myself. You don't think he's like that?
Nah,
I know he's gonna need the support, but if he's like,
Trump got too many people behind him. He's gonna ride the Trump wave to get where he wants to go.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying you don't think he thinks that
in the primary, it is going to be pretty hostile. It will be him against Trump.
No,
yeah, it will.
No,
but when Trump wins the primary, he
doesn't have to be a candidate in the primary for Trump to pick him for his vice president.
He doesn't have to be, but that's what I'm saying. This dude has political aspirations.
Dude, he's got a lot of clout right now.
I don't think that's how it's going to go.
It may not.
I don't think that's how it's going to. We don't need him. We don't need him in the primary. Everybody knows where this motherfucker stands. He doesn't need. He's on the news all the time, and he's very, very loud and vocal about where he stands. He doesn't need to go to debates or none of that stuff. Look, Trump is going to go to the primary. They're going to put some suit and ties up there from the Republican Party to go against him. They know Trump is going to win. Trump's going to pick this guy, and they're going to win in 2024.
I should bring back what's the dude name? Ben Carson. See the guy that kept falling asleep.
I like Ben Carson.
I like him too. That's what I'm saying. He was smart.
He's too smart for politics. I think
so.
I think maybe it was rubbing people the wrong way.
Well, he's a scientist. Scientists are very straightforward.
The public is
maybe he'll raise Herman Cain. I
don't know. Herman Cain was my favorite.
He's the pizza guy?
Yeah, he's the pizza guy. Because Herman Cain, whenever he would campaign, it always sounded like a commercial. He's like, vote for me. If you vote for me, you're gonna get exactly what you want.
That was
999.
That was one of the shittiest election years because we had. It wasn't just him. It was a bunch of. It was a bunch of crazy people.
Was it 2016?
Yeah.
I
think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because you had. Hold on, let me see if I can get the nicknames. You had. Was it Little Marco?
Well, you had
Marco Rubio.
You had Rick Perry.
Rick Perry.
He didn't have a nickname for Rick Perry.
He didn't because he was just like.
Well, Rick Perry's one of the good old boys.
Was it 2012 though when he was like, "Oops"?
No, I think that was 2016.
2016, yeah.
He was like the other one. He couldn't remember.
Who did he call? What did he call Bush? Jeb Bush.
Jeb Bush.
What was his nickname for Jeb Bush?
What he called him. I don't know.
I can't remember, but he had nicknames for all this guys.
Yeah. Which I think that's how he remembered them.
Yeah.
If Trump runs, that will be the only good thing, though. I don't think if he runs again, I don't think we're going to have a big primary. It's not going to be such a
nobody's going.
Yeah, that's why I said that the Republican Party's going to throw a suit and tie out there at him. Maybe Marco Rubio will probably step in the ring. Who's another hot shot from the Republican Party?
Who's
Tulsi? Well, I think Tulsi's going to run, but I think she's going to run as a Republican.
Who's the chick that? She's from Texas. She's part of that. I want to say insurrection. That's the wrong word though. The people that stormed the Capitol. Taylor Green.
Is she one of those QAnon motherfuckers?
Yes, I think so. God. That chick, she's going to be in there.
Who's the chick?
I think they were saying that she won't be able to run though.
There's a young girl. Who's the girl that yelled during the State of the Union address? Her Boebert, something Lauren Boebert or something like that. The one that yelled. What did she yell at fucking Joe Biden? She yelled something when he was doing the State of the Union.
Oh, I don't.
But she's probably somebody to throw up because she's young, she's energetic, and she's like uber conservative. Mm. You know what I mean? Like if there is a conservative checklist, like she checks every single box.
Look, to be honest with you, they're gonna do what they want to do anyway, right? Like whoever's gonna be in charge is gonna be in charge.
Charles, that's not the right attitude to have.
No, man, the globalists, man.
The globalists.
The goddamn lizard people. They're gonna take over.
Yeah, the fuck. Who are those people? The
Illuminati.
The Illuminati.
The Illuminati.
The Bilderbergs.
That's who's running the world, baby.
I mean, look, Elon Musk is taking over Twitter and shit.
Elon Musk taking over Twitter.
There's our segue. That's our next topic. We're going into Elon Musk taking over Twitter. Now, what thoughts do we have about this?
I think it's fantastic.
Okay, there you go. That's the first one.
I don't give a fuck.
I think it's fantastic because all the fucking little whiny people who are like, I can't hear things because it hurts my little feelings. Because Elon is gonna be like, look, all you people who got banned from Twitter for saying things that hurts people's feelings, you all get to come back. And guess what, folks? If words that people say hurt your feelings, then you need to toughen up. So bring on the tears, man. I'm with it. Like, let's do it.
You don't have a safe space for these people?
No, there's no safe space, dude. There's no
how the world works.
There's no safe space. There's nowhere you can go where people aren't going to be mean to you, where people aren't going to say
listen. It would only be a safe space. Okay, if you lived in the U.S. and you didn't like the way people talk to you or whatever, right? But there was a law, right, saying that you can't have that done. You got to have your safe space. That would only be true if it was the same for every country. Like if you went to Britain and you were allowed a safe space, right? But there is no law that's like that.
Right.
So that's why I think this is such bullshit. It's just grow up, dude.
Well, I look, Elon buying Twitter, why the hell not, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, why not? I mean, he's got a problem. Look, when you're that rich, you're like, oh shit, I got a problem with that place. Like, it's like you having a problem with fucking Starbucks. And you're like, oh, okay, well, all right, I'm gonna buy them. How about that?
Yeah.
Get this offer to tell your people, like, hey, here's my offer. Tell them.
You know what I would do? Like, me being the asshole that I am, I'd buy the shit and then shut it down.
You'd be broke because you've been doing shit out of spite. You wouldn't even let it be running. You just be like, fuck that.
Well, what did he buy it for? Like $40 billion?
Like 44, 45, something like that.
Yeah, 46.
Okay, so that's not even a fucking speeding ticket for him, right?
Nah.
He's like a trillionaire, right? That's nothing.
Well, he only put up.
I would do it. I would do the same. I would do that, Bruce. I would buy it and then just burn it all down.
Well, he only just put up some of his money, so he's got to be responsible. Like,
he's a smart business.
No, the bank. So he borrowed some of the money.
I'd buy the bank too.
No,
I'd buy.
So you can't just burn it down. You got to pay these people back. So
I'm not.
They got to have a way to get their money back.
I'm not paying, and I'm closing all this shit down.
No, he didn't do that. But I mean, look, there's no problem with it. I mean,
but is that a move though? Like,
yeah, I mean, you buy it and fucking
okay. So let's say I borrow $40 billion from Wells Fargo, right? Mm-hmm. And then I go buy Wells Fargo. Do I owe $40 billion anymore?
On the books, yeah. You a debt on the books. I don't give a shit if you owe it or not. The debt's a debt. You still in the red.
They're like, what do you need this loan for?
That's not how business works.
To buy you.
I'm sorry, sir. We can't approve it.
Yeah.
But however, right? I mean, it turned out the way it turned out. You think he's gonna shut it down?
No, he's not gonna shut it down.
He makes too much money.
And who was? I can't remember what Congresswoman was, but they came out with this elaborate Instagram or Twitter post or something like that, basically saying like, Twitter had created an environment where people could be free of these hurtful and toxic things, and now we have to go back to it. And this is like,
but this is my thing. If you don't want to be on, don't fucking be on. If you don't want to read, You are using your own visual your eyes to see this stuff. You don't look at it. Don't fucking look at it.
I don't remember who it was, but Joe Rogan had somebody on his podcast, and they got banned from Twitter because they made a post that said, men have a penis and women have a vagina. So those are the sorts of things that people get banned from Twitter for.
How do you get banned? That's a quote.
From a movie. Yeah. Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, if you just say like what's real by biology and it hurts someone's feelings, it's like, well, you can't say it because this little cupcake over here has got their feelings hurt.
Yeah. Well,
is that another segue? Jordan Peterson?
Let's get into it.
Jordan Peterson. All right, so
go ahead. I mean, because you had the question about him, right? Like you said, hey,
yeah.
So next, folks, is Jordan Peterson on it.
Well, it's not necessarily about Jordan Peterson.
It's not necessarily. It's something he poses.
It's
right?
just
a question that he poses.
Well, it's not. It's more so a
statement.
It's a dialogue that I see happening online a lot, where it's men versus women. You know, and it can be any segment of that sort of interaction between men and women, whether it's equality in the workplace or what it looks like men versus women in a relationship. So it seems like we're having this this kind of social conversation about, well, what's a man's role versus what's a woman's role? Is life easier because I'm a man? Is life easier because I'm a woman? You know, is if I'm a woman, is there a glass ceiling? Can I not earn as much? What was the stat? Was it women earn 77 cents to the dollar or something like that? So my question is like, at this point in 2022, is there really a disparity between men and women when it comes to being able to live and do whatever it is the fuck you want to do? Like, is it really an oppressive environment for women to where it's like, I can't be an astronaut. I can't be a pilot. I can't be an engineer. Can't be a doctor. Or it's harder for me to be a doctor.
So I think a lot of those issues get kind of confusing because a lot of the people that are complaining really don't have the capability of doing jobs like that. You know, like, I want to be an astronaut, but NASA won't take me because, you know, I'm trans, right? I'm not saying that's an actual thing. I just made that up. But it was like, well, are you really capable?
Do you meet the requirements?
Exactly. Like, are you able to do the job, or is it just because, you know? And so I think people, you know, they don't get accepted, and so they internalize that and go, oh, well, it's because of this. It's like, no, you just not suitable. That's all.
Do you think they turn it on themselves and say, well, or I should say turn it on themselves, turn it outward and say, you did this because for whatever reason. Okay.
And maybe, you know, there was a comment or two in their life and they have always stuck with that. And so they keep using that as the scapegoat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the conversation I had with me and Nancy were kind of, yeah, it does. Yeah. Me and Nancy were kind of talking about it, and I think what ends up happening in reality is both sexes have advantages and disadvantages. You know, for example, like being a handsome guy, and you don't have anything to offer but just being handsome and good looking, right? That's not going to necessarily land you a millionaire or someone's going to take care of you. That's my guy, Kevin Samuels.
Yeah. Have you ever heard what he said? Have you ever listened to what he said?
Okay. Yeah, but I don't like the way he talks to women.
I think it.
His message is fine, but I don't like the way he talks to women. You know. But back to my point, it's like, as a female, if you are an attractive female, like if you're a beautiful woman, you know, the chances of you being able to marry somebody who has means and wealth is much greater than a handsome man. You see it all the time, you know, because rich men love beautiful women. You don't ever see yachts full of rich women with a bunch of ripped dudes with their shirts off dancing. And you don't see a bunch of rich women, you know, flying out 40 men to her Saint Tropez.
Well, it's that big, is trope the right word? I don't know. So, the rich, lonely wife, who does she always hook up with, right, in movies?
The pool boy.
The pool boy, right?
Yeah, the little gardener.
Because he's handsome, right?
Yeah.
But does he have money? No.
No, he's a
it's
toy.
The same. Yeah, it's the same thing, and it works both ways.
Masturbation.
Well,
it works both
and this
ways,
is what I was talking about to you with both of you earlier. Like, I think it has to be a mutual companionship. You can't just say, "Oh, well, you can't do these things," so like you can't pay for things. Like when I told you, women say, "Oh, well, they have to have a 6-figure income for me to even talk to them," and things like that. Well, what do you bring to the table?
She ain't got a goddamn job.
What do you bring to the table?
It's like,
like, that's great. If I make money and then things don't work out, now half of my money is yours because you said you wanted to be with me. It didn't make.
And you know what's equally as ridiculous is when you have these mutant looking ass dudes. It's like, I'm only gonna date a woman that is fucking looks like a supermodel. It's like, well, bro, it's like your
standards need to come down.
You're 5'4", you're 200 pounds, and you have bad acne.
Right.
So you might want
not bad acne, back acne.
Back acne. Yeah. So you might want to find a lady who's fits your, but there's men out there that's like that. It's like, well, I'm only dating this type of woman.
I'm sure there's an Olga out there somewhere.
There's an Olga. Yeah. The hunchback.
I don't know.
All right, hit the camera.
I mean, no. Well, I mean, it's still going. I mean, we're always a couple minutes off. So,
yeah.
But I think that's the play, right? That's what everybody wants. They want to say, "Well, I got to have somebody successful." But what the hell does that look like, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just money, house, cars. What does that really look like?
But I think
but you could be successful and still be an asshole too. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's like, "Oh, I love you," and he's like, Mitch, where's my dinner? Like, why are you? What if I'm leaving? What if
It's like Larry David said, right? Would you rather have a woman that was interested in your money or your looks? He was like, I take the woman that's interested in the money because at least I know she's being honest.
Yeah, you could look at it that
yeah, I you know what?
But I think
to
go back to your question, is it a fair shake? Like, what's equal and what's not, right? I mean, everybody has different abilities. Everybody has we get back into the Leah Thomas thing, right?
Yeah, but look, here's the thing, bro. Like
what's the real name?
Like men, like when you look at, I'm gonna get very misogynist here.
It's like Ben.
When you look at the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I seen this, and I
don't remember.
Okay, I'm not even gonna say this is an original idea because I heard this somewhere, but it's basically it's like men do what's necessary, and for example, who builds houses, right? Men do. So men do the hardest things in society. They do. They absolutely do. Like when you look at everything that makes the world go around, there's men involved. Not saying that women cannot do it. It's just women choose not to. Like women can work in construction and do a fantastic job, but they don't.
Are you talking about like the Jordan Peterson?
Some do.
The quality of outcome.
Some do. Some do. Sort of. But like when you look at all the gross, dirty, hardcore labor, there's there's a man that does that because men do what's necessary, to keep society rolling. Now, can women step in there and take on that role? Absolutely. I'm not saying that they can't.
Fuck no, they can't.
It's just it's just the reality it's just the reality of our society, and I don't want to disparage women, but I think when you see all these posts and you see these things on social media, and you see all these women and they have all these requirements of men. It's like, you need to make this much money. You gotta be be this tall. You gotta be this. You gotta be that. I'm not messing with no dude that looks like this or like that. And it's just like,
but this is the thing. Women that say those things, they would absolutely mess with one of those dudes if he was bank. He could be 5'4" and look like he just rolled off from under a bus. If he came in and was like, "Hey, you like my Jag? You like my Lambo?
Yeah.
Whatever." And she'd be like, oh yeah, baby. And he got 3 pieces of hair that go this way. She don't give a shit. She's like, oh yeah.
As long as that money, right?
Yeah.
You get the Michael Kors person shit.
But see, you know, those people always have somebody to take care of them too. They got attorneys, they got accountants. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have somebody say, oh yeah, you want to get married again, Reginald? Here's this.
Reginald. Why you got to be Reginald?
It's Reginald. Here's this prenup to get to your wife, so your future wife, so she can sign. You know, they always have somebody to take care of them. Like nobody's going out there. It's not a movie, right? Nobody's like, we don't need a prenup. I'm so in love with her. Nah, these people, they all got.
I just don't understand.
They got folks.
Why can't it just be a partnership?
They got peeps.
The partnership is, don't require anything of somebody you want to date, other than them being honest and a good person. You know, what's your goal in starting a relationship with someone? Is your goal to come up financially, or is your goal to find a partner?
Nowadays, it's always to come up financially. They just, that's just what.
Well, see, that's the beautiful thing between me and my wife. We were both broke when we met, so you know what?
Society has made it that way. You know, I think social media has made it that way.
But I think social media has got these women gassed up thinking like...
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it has made it that way. This is what happens. This is the life that you need to be living. Like, everybody needs to be on a beach in Cabo.
Yeah. You got your
given moment.
You got your Megan Thee Stallions.
Maybe not even Cabo. Where do rich people go? The Maldives.
Tulum.
No, the Maldives.
Maldives.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got women like Megan Thee Stallion.
We go to Cabo,
who has all these young girls out here thotting it up, thinking that that's the way to be while she's in college. You know, so she's got take a man's money, do this, do that, da 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 da.
Nah, what's what they say?
And she in college.
No, they said that. You go get that bag, girl.
Go get that bag. Go get your bag. Go get this guy for everything. And meanwhile, I'm gonna work on my degree so I can go make sure I can get my own. Great message. Mm-hmm. Great message.
Like Cardi B, she telling all these girls to, have a hot girl summer, but she married.
There you go. That's from my nephew, Katie. That's right. Hot girl summer, but you got a husband. And you got all these girls out here.
Do it and see what happened in my house.
And now
you a hot girl summer.
Now you got a baby daddy.
Yeah, right. Instead of a husband. Yeah, nah. But what's the next thing we got rapping? We're gonna have to move it along because we didn't even get into topic roulette yet.
We didn't get into topic roulette. Nolan is like, yo, I gotta go. Where you gotta go, Nolan? Let's talk about that shit. Where the fuck you gotta go?
Well, I don't have to go anywhere now.
He said now. He's like, if you would have shut the fuck up like 45 minutes ago, I could have been out of here.
I'm rolling into my. That's my own fuck up because I should have been here at 4. But yeah. I'm gonna just roll whatever I got to do. Whatever I was gonna do tonight, I'm gonna just do it tomorrow.
What were you gonna do, Nolan? What's the secret, bro?
Work.
Like our job work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what you were gonna do today.
Yeah.
That's another conversation.
Yep.
What's next on the list?
We can't do it.
Why did I put IHOP on here? We gonna talk about pancakes?
No, we do not. We're not talking about pancakes
because I think they're delicious.
I think we got a consensus on that. Everybody's good on
that. Okay, so what is that? So I got do we got an extra mic?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my youngster here, let's put him on. Let's talk to the kid. So my nephew.
You want grab that bag that's in that chair right there.
So my nephew, he's my oldest nephew. He's a college kid, very, very smart young man.
Yeah, that's fine.
Here, let's just do this. We're gonna stop for a second.
Yeah.
Let's just pause.
No, it's fantastic.
I need
probably one of my favorites.
You guys have like 9 episodes already? Oh, I need to watch all of them.
We got more than that. That's just
we will.
Those are the ones that y'all posted.
So our what do we call you? You're our producer.
Editor.
He's our producer, editor, equipment manager. It's a thankless job, I try.
I'll be the water boy soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't have alcohol, but I got sparkling water. Okay. It'll do the same.
So we are here. We're gonna get a smooth opinion from a young buck. Let's call him. Here.
We got a special guest. Introduce yourself, youngster.
My name is Caden, and I am a first-year college student attending Wichita State University.
Wichita, the Shockers.
The Shockers.
The Shockers. Silk the Shockers? Or no?
He's being very humble. This is my oldest nephew. Great student. He's an athlete. He's a swimmer. Plays football. He ran track. Makes fantastic grades. So he is just an all-around awesome young man.
Is the mascot really Shockers?
Yes. So
Is it like that? Like
It's an Indian.
like that thing?
No, it's not an Indian.
It's not the.
So Shockers, it comes from a shock of wheat. So Woo Shock is a shock of wheat. That's what it is.
Okay.
Who's Wushak?
That's our mascot.
But he's got feathers in his hair, don't he?
No, it's wheat.
It's wheat.
Yeah.
So here's what I think about that. I think the Shockers, originally their mascot was an Indian, and then they say, this Indian shit is not really working these days. So those aren't feathers. That's actually wheat.
No, it actually started off. They have the original Woo Shock in.
Look up the Shockers logo. You'll see what I'm talking about.
They have the original Woo Shock in the basketball
Did you
arena.
just be the Tigers or something.
So we're gonna do something a little new today. We're gonna ask a college student, because I'm gonna tell you, for me personally, I'm an old school thinking type of dude. So a lot of what's going on in society and what tell me that don't look like an Indian.
Yeah. So he's supposed to be a piece of wheat and with wheat in his head?
Well, he's a shock of wheat, so like a bunch of wheat in one roll. You know how when you drive by farms and you see those big rolls, that's wheat. That's what he's supposed to be. Those are shocks of
I
wheat.
wonder.
Not quite a bundle of hay, but like the small ones.
Yeah, that's an Indian, bro.
Can you say that? Or we gonna get
I'm sorry. Is that Native American?
No, it's a damn Simpsons character.
It does kind of look like a Simpsons character, doesn't it?
Yeah. I was looking to see if
They usually have a pretty good basketball team. They didn't do much this year, though. Huh?
No, they didn't. One of our alumni actually went to the playoffs. Von Fleet for Toronto. He played for WSU.
Nice.
And Reeves for the Lakers. He played at WSU as well. But he didn't do very well.
Joe's Pizza. Who you ordered Joe's Pizza? When is that from? October 8th. Oh, never mind.
Anyway, maybe I'll throw something up on the screen so you can see what the Shockers look like on the website.
Yeah, you got to show.
I'll let them look at that. So, how we do this? We're gonna go one down. Are you gonna just pick the question that you need to ask them?
My first question to you, Caden, is as you're going into your second year of college and you're kind of watching the world as it transitions and turns one way or the other.
Literally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, what are your thoughts? How do you feel about your future? I want you to consider all these things, like what the housing market is now, because you kind of understand what that is. Mm-hmm. You understand the inflation. You understand how much things cost. You got a car, you're buying gas, mm-hmm. and all those things. So, from an outlook of somebody that's not even 21 years old yet, how do you feel about the future? Do you feel like, are you hopeful? Are you excited? Are you doom and gloom? Like, where are you at?
When it comes to the future, it's kind of like I am hopeful. Like, I know that there is going to be good, because there has been things that have happened in the past that were bad. Like Obama in 2008. That administration was fairly similar to what we have now, but it was bad, and then it did get better. So I know that there are possibilities of it getting better, but the way right now, what we're stuck in, it just doesn't seem like it's going to get better anytime soon. But later on down the road, it will get better, but not right now.
So right now, you're kind of pessimistic about the outlook. 3 years from now, when you graduate, mm-hmm. You don't have a very optimistic view of what your options are going to be.
No, I think it's going to be the same way it is now, where it's just big political parties running against each other, and kind of whichever one holds the office is going to be controlling the nation, and that will be the big influence on how my future will go.
If you could change one thing about politics in general, what would it be?
One thing, I think I would get.
Because I know mine. I know what I would do.
I think I would get rid of.
But you're old.
Yeah.
I think I would get rid of the 2-party system.
That's what I was going to say.
I think I would get rid of it.
Okay. Because it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, what I want to say, I hate every 4 years whenever we have an election cycle. If you notice, it happens every time. The year before the election sort of the process starts, right? Where people start going, they're campaigning and shit. Sort of the year before, the media will hop on like all these libertarians and independents like Ron Paul, and Rand Paul, and everybody. And once we start getting closer and closer to the primaries, then they start demonizing him. They're like, "Oh, fucking idiot! He's crazy!" And all that. But it was like, well, 6 months ago, you said that
he was cool.
He was the best candidate ever.
Yeah.
And now it happens every single time, and it's because we're in a fucking 2-party state.
And replace it with what is my question?
You don't have to replace it. Just add more and don't demonize the parties that are trying to come up. You know, I know they're Republicans and Democrats.
So you said open the floor open to more parties.
Yes. So what they like to do, the predominant 2 parties, right? They like to demonize the little guy because if they were to be successful, they would steal votes, right? And that's just, that might be true, but that's just the way it is. Like, deal with it. You know what I mean? I don't like how they're just not successful because of the media. That's really all it is.
The media. I agree.
Anyway, I
think that's a good. I would say, personally, I say get rid of parties altogether. I think our government should scrap the whole idea of someone being Republican or Democrat. Now, you can join caucuses, right? So if you are a group of people who believe in something very strongly and say, we are this political group and this is something that all of us advocate for, or this is something that all of us are against, you can create those kind of caucuses. But to have like a actual political party with an office and a chairman and there's fundraising, that's the problem. So I think we should just get rid of that structure.
You just want to Lord of the Flies this whole thing.
Lord of the Flies the whole thing. Let's get out there.
I don't agree with that at all. It'd be fucking chaos.
You know what?
Because
we need chaos.
You know why? Because one of those caucuses will emerge that you don't have a problem with, and they will be the majority.
But it wouldn't be though. It wouldn't be.
You can't say that.
But here's the thing: is you would have, for example, like look. There's probably a whole bunch of things that me and Kate disagree on, right?
Yes.
So let's say
not wasting your time to agree with that.
Right, but let's say there's a whole bunch of things that we disagree on, but we can join a caucus because we agree on this one thing. But we're also members of other caucuses that are full of people, but we're only a caucus because we believe in this particular thing. Like let's say
what happens when they all believe in that one thing that you don't believe in? Then what are you doing when
what's the odds of that? When you look at all the people in Congress, like what's it'll happen. No, it's not. You can't create a majority. Like, what's one thing where everybody would just separate and break it to 2 groups?
Abortion.
No, it wouldn't. There's so many opinions about abortion. There's so many opinions.
It's already split.
How many people don't give a fuck?
The majority is what? Exactly.
Well, how many
50-50 really?
How many people don't give a fuck? Is there anybody at this table right now that cares whether or not abortion is legal or not legal?
No.
Because we're all men.
I don't care.
Because we're men.
Yeah.
That's kind of an unfair.
It doesn't matter because it affects us equally.
Does matter.
It absolutely does not matter. Because if I'm a father, if I get a woman pregnant and she says I want to kill the baby and I want to raise it, it matters to me.
Yeah.
And I don't have a say in it. It matters to me.
Yeah,
or
it may matter to
or
you,
the other way,
get a say
or the other way around, or the other way around. It's like she says I'm keeping it and I don't want to be a father.
Let me ask you this,
bro.
Because it's been
doesn't matter what you think.
It doesn't matter, but I'm just saying it affects me. It could affect me.
It's been a few years since I was in school. So what would you say the political climate is on campus? Predominantly.
It's definitely more democratic, more liberal. They just had like a pride prom, a week ago or something like that. I mean, but it's not necessarily. It's not
at college.
Mm-hmm.
They had a prom?
Yeah, it was called the Pride Prom. I didn't go. I don't know what they did at this here Pride Prom, but they had one, and they have a office of diversity and inclusion. They have
He about to explode.
a free space.
You see the steam coming out of the ears.
They have a free space for all these people, and but going back to
do you feel that's necessary?
No, I don't.
From a young person's perspective,
Like having safe spaces?
what is a safe space?
At
At your school, what's the safe space?
a safe space.
Are they marked? Let me ask you that first. Are they like, is there like a sign that says this is a safe space?
No, but there are. It doesn't say that. Like it's not titled "This is a safe space," but there are places on campus that you can go where it's almost expected not to be judged, and I don't think that's necessary. That's necessary because as soon as you step out that room, you're gonna get judged regardless.
Yeah.
Like
You get about 30 minutes apiece, right? No one called me a dickhead.
yeah, it's like
And as soon as you walk out of the room, fuck you, cunt.
I mean, I think a legit safe space is the comfort of your own home or dorm room. Like that is your safe space. That is where you get to be you. I mean, yeah, you're sharing it with somebody else, but your section of that dorm room is where you get to be yourself. As soon as you step out that room, then that's
I
just
feel like
life.
all it is encourages more polarization.
Well, I think
People
think-
are just going to become trapped, and they're going to be. I don't want to go out anymore. I'm just going to become an incel and start looking up mass murders and how to do this. And
Or
this. It's
I'm just going to invest all my money into sex robots
or NFTs.
and NFTs.
I think some of the
That's not a bad idea.
the problem has come in
NFTs or
confusion.
sex robot.
Invest in sex robots. That's the future.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Did you buy a sex robot?
I did not buy a sex robot.
No, I'm
I didn't
saying.
ask you if you did. I said, would you?
No, I would
Like,
not.
have
But
you
that
seen-
is the future.
Have you
Is-
seen the movie?
is it?
It is.
Yes,
Oh
I
god,
think so.
no, it's not.
So what if it looked
How's
like a
that?
real woman, right? It looks like a real woman. You can pick her out.
It's a topic for another day.
This is a topic for another day.
No, I wouldn't.
Your
do
mom would probably be mad if I'm asking about
Yeah.
sex robot.
that. No, I mean no.
What are you doing?
No, I don't.
He's old enough. He knows the game.
We was just talking
No,
about
I
safe
wouldn't do that.
spaces in there.
no.
No, I wouldn't.
You wanna-
Would you
you
have
wanna-
sex with a robot nephew?
No, I would not have sex with a robot.
But
No.
that's true. But it is the future. It is.
Okay, we'll talk about
Anyway.
it. We'll discuss that and see. I'm gonna have to do some
Charles, why
research.
you
on
don't
that.
never want to just like let shit ride? You always be stopping it. We just finna talk about sex
Because
robots.
we skipping from top end, and we need to stay on.
Because we've been drinking.
But going back to the political parties,
This is true.
I feel like
See, that's how you bring it back. You see that?
Yeah, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
yeah, going back to the political parties, I feel like we should do kind of a blind vote. We should vote based on your ideals, not necessarily what party you're in, not what you look like, but you should vote off of the ideals. Because there are a lot of people that are Democrat that if you were to show them a Republican their ideals, they'd be like, "Oh, that makes sense. I'm going to vote for him." And they don't even know that they're Republican. They're just like, "Oh, this makes sense."
Yeah.
And there are some Republicans who are like, "Oh, this Democrat makes sense," but they don't even know it's a Democrat. So I think we should do a tally. Like we should start out with, say, 16 candidates, and then each week we eliminate, 4, and we get down to the last.
Like a reality show.
Yeah,
That would be perfect for America.
it would.
It's like the
It would work.
presidential election is now a reality show. We got cameras following people. That'd
That
be
kind of was.
No cameras. No cameras. You just you see there.
It kind of was.
You get this
You had
paper
the reality
that has their
star.
ideals on it, and then you check off the box that you believe in, like the ideals that you respect, and then you turn it in, and then after, only the person that's running would know if they've been eliminated. You don't know. I mean, you would know because you wouldn't see it on the next ballot, but you would turn that ballot in, and you'd be like, "Oh, well, okay, this person got eliminated, and how many tallies they get, we'll see if they proceed to the next week or not." And at the end, whoever gets the most
But see,
tallies between the
here's
last
the thing.
two.
We can't handle complicated voting systems. Like you look at what we got going on now in our country. It's like we can't even figure it out. So to add another wrinkle into it,
We should just be a meritocracy.
yeah. But then
Seriously, like start just all the positions of power in this country should all be scientists and engineers and teachers running that shit. Not
Why?
fucking politicians? Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
yeah, but see what happens is people get into politics because they are teachers and they are lawyers and they are doctors.
Just
and they
everyday
have,
folks.
yeah, they have these ideas, but then once they get into the system, then it's like, well, okay, well, you won your state, right?
Well,
now you're here in DC, but like, if you want to get things done, you got to play ball.
Because basically you saying people getting bought out. And
yes, absolutely.
Some of them are.
But then they get pushed out.
But that's what the lobbyists are they're doing, right?
It's not even the lobbyists.
Well, I'm just saying that's what they condone it. But regardless, none of that shit's gonna happen before.
Man, we'll all be dead. Socially. So tell me, like, what is it like on a modern college campus right now? Like, as far as like social stuff, like people hanging out, like what's going on? Is it partying? You guys doing a bunch of drugs over there? Like, what's going on the college campus?
Tell us about all the drugs you're doing.
Yeah,
well, he don't do drugs, but I'm just
that's what you say.
Tell us about the date rate.
You know what? I'm just gonna shut the fuck up because I'm
the elephant in the room.
So on the college campus that I go to, it is a smaller D1 school, but they still have all the parties. Usually they go up to K-State or KU because those are the bigger schools, and they'll party up there. But there are parties in Wichita. There are a lot of drugs. I mean, my roommate was, I'm not going to say a druggie, but he had drugs in his room. He was trying to grow shrooms and grow weed in the room. Yeah. Nice. Trying to grow shrooms, trying to grow weed.
I need some more couch shit.
Couch shit.
Trying to grow. He was buying alcohol all the time. I don't know how, but he was buying alcohol all the time, getting drunk. But yeah, so they still do all the same stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad that our youth are still engaging in the same deviant behavior that we did, because that's what made us who we are today. You know, if you're not growing shrooms in your college dorm room, then what are you really doing in college?
Not learning.
He was not.
Now look. So let's get into a little bit.
Let's do some topic roulette. And we'll throw him in there.
Yeah, we'll do it. So we'll do two topics. So we run it a little long and we need to get through. So that'd be a great, excellent topic, but I'm gonna move on from that.
Ashanti's beach body. Let's talk about it.
Let's do this because people love the Kardashians.
Oh boy.
So you wanna read this?
All right, Charles.
Ray J.
No. I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
You established that you can read good today.
No.
This is from People Magazine.
I got a problem.
He's got phonics over.
So
from People Magazine, Ray J says Kanye West delivering drive containing sex tape with Kim Kardashian is a lie.
It's a lie. What do y'all think?
So wait, go back. So Kanye West is saying that he's got.
No, Ray J says.
Ray J says Kanye West delivering drive containing sex tape with Kim Kardashian is a lie.
Right. So Kanye West is saying that he has this drive with a sex tape on it that takes what we saw before with Kim K. It takes it to the next level. Like what else could there be on that sex tape?
No. I'm thinking he's saying that Kanye has a sex tape with Kim.
How the fuck would Ray J know him?
You picked the worst topic. Of all the topics, I don't want to talk about Kim Kardashian.
Well, this is what the people want to hear about. That's why they tune into her damn show.
Charles? You watch
I don't.
Kardashian?
I don't.
You a Khloe fan?
I don't, but people seem to be entertained by them.
I like Courtney.
Okay.
I don't even know which
Courtney
one that
and
is.
the two younger ones.
People seem to be entertained. So just read the top line here.
Ray J is responding to a clip from Thursday's episode of The Kardashians regarding his 2007 sex tape with ex-Kim Kardashian. In the clip, Kim, 41, got emotional as she alleged that ex-husband Kanye West retrieved a hard drive containing rumored unreleased footage of the sex tape, which was filmed while Kim and Ray J were dating in 2003 and went public in 2007. From the singer at an LA. So he's just saying that he's got more footage.
Guess what?
Wasn't that great to begin
Guess what? We saw you naked. We saw you doing everything to Ray J.
I don't need to see more.
If there's a part 2, no one cares.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather see part 2 to Tommy Lee and Pamela.
Let's see this.
Yeah.
Pamela
have you ever seen
I'd rather
the
see
tape?
more of that. Like,
huh?
Have I seen the sex tape?
Have you ever
Yes,
seen
I have.
You have seen that tape?
Yes.
Okay. Would you?
Mom know you watching that?
Look, don't be bringing his mama into this.
She coming over. I'm gonna tell.
No, okay. I mean, because it's so old. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like,
but even if, let's say Kanye West did have, have extra footage. Like, Does it change anything?
No.
No, she still did it. She still did it.
Well,
It's
I think it's the issue is, remember like in 2012 or 13, this was still an issue, and so she was talking like the FBI and all this stuff about trying to get it erased from the internet, and they're like, "Good luck, bitch.
Yeah, right.
Good luck,
Man, there's so many copies.
I know.
It's been 20 years.
Yeah,
her own kids almost saw it.
Yeah.
That's what she was crying about.
Our kids will see it.
Her
They
kids
gon'
did
see it.
They gonna see it.
They gonna see it.
They almost did see it.
You know, China's bitch complaining about every little thing, and it's like, not to say that she is,
But you
and
live
it's
your life in the
our-
public eye. We might as well know what you do. When
Yeah,
you have
her kid almost saw it on Roblox of all things. Like she,
yeah, you can see that kind
Saint brought her the iPad, and it had Kim's crying face on it, and he couldn't read it, but it said like it was something about Kim's sex tape, and so she was trying to get Roblox to take it down, and they still haven't taken it down.
It's like, mommy, what's that?
You know what? So, and by the way, present company,
Yeah.
excluded. But not only have I seen better, I've been involved in better.
Is that right? Let's talk about that.
No, we ain't gonna bring that up.
Let's
but
talk
I'm just saying,
about the fucking
it
Charlie
wasn't all
Shuffle.
that great. But I guess people are interested because it was Ray J and it was
You got
Kim.
footage?
No comment. It'll never make it to the internet. I can guarantee
No,
you
you
that.
ever made a sex tape?
No.
No?
No, I don't think so. No.
You don't think so?
No,
It's like,
okay.
it was a red dot on the wall. I don't remember what it was.
Let's
blinking
put it
and
this
shit.
way.
I don't know.
I've never hit record. Let's put it that way.
You're right.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, let it linger.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's
This
talk
is
about
great.
this because everybody seems to be kind of.
Oh, fuck this shit. More of this crap.
Did you hear
Oh,
about
Johnny
the
Depp. I did
shit?
hear about Johnny Depp.
She shit
yes.
on this dude's bed.
Did she?
Or she shit on the couch or something.
I didn't know about that.
It took his finger off.
So it says, go ahead.
Johnny
It's-
Depp trial.
No. It's his turn to read.
Actor laughter.
Go ahead.
You want me to read it?
Well, yeah, you have to read it. So that's what we're going to talk about.
How you get? What the hell is you got?
What are you doing here?
Oh, you
Just
want me to read that part?
Yeah.
It says Johnny Depp trial. Actor laughed during guard's testimony about Amber Heard's alleged antics.
And I guess that's one of the antics that you were talking about.
Well,
I don't know, but
so here's what's intriguing. More so than anything that has been said in that trial. My question is like, number one is, what the fuck accent is that Johnny Depp speaks with? And number two, where the fuck did he get it from?
Okay, so I've thought about this a lot. Okay, too much actually, to be honest. So he's been living, I think, in France for a number of years, right? I think this is just some bullshit. What is it called? Like affectation? Is that the right word?
you mean that he
Affectation?
Anyway,
Spell it.
He's just. This is not his real voice. This is not. His
No,
real
it's
voice.
not.
If you watch what's the movie?
Anything he's ever been in.
If you watch What's Eating Gilbert Grape, that's probly the closest to
my
his.
son, Jay.
So that's probably the closest to his
Yeah.
real voice that we're gonna hear. This is not his voice.
He
This
said-
is not his voice.
He said fecal delivery.
He's trying to be too smart,
Yeah.
too
Like, well,
eloquent.
I have
Do you know what
not
that
seen
means?
any of this trial.
what? Fecal
Like
delivery.
any of his testimony or any. I haven't seen any
Does
of it.
that have to do
So, I don't
fecal? What fecal
Like when
matter?
he was talking about when the girl shit in his bed.
well, yeah,
No-
because fecal matter has to do
Right.
something with poop.
But
and
who
coming up-
says that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you talking about just the way he talks, or are you talking about his accent?
His accent, the way he talks, his word choice. It's like, yo, speak like a normal person.
He's
Like
trying to.
the cadence that he speaks with, the tone that he talks in.
He's-
It's like, bro,
No, yeah,
He's forever on the Pirates of the Caribbean ship. That's
Well,
what the
well, and you got
somebody threw him a rope.
what
He's
was
like,
his name? Jack
Jack
Sparrow.
Yeah.
so he doesn't sound like Jack Sparrow in real life, but he
Of
does.
course
but
He
he,
not.
thinks he's a pirate or something.
but
Yeah.
he does
Look at that
sound like.
bullshit.
Well, he
Fuck
does
is
sound
that?
like all his Tim Burton characters,
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
like all of them rolled up into one. You know.
Would you leave a girl she shit in your bed?
Yes, 100%. I'd kill him.
Well, honestly,
I think
not strongly, well, not strongly disagree, but I do not like this trial simply because it's a woman abusing a man,
Yeah.
and it like they're bringing up so many different psychological things
You
about
know?
her, and trying to justify her actions. And if it was
So,
if the roles were reversed and
Yeah.
Johnny Depp was hurting him,
They would drag his ass.
he would be in jail by now. We
Right.
wouldn't even be talking about it. So I don't like that.
I'm Team Depp all the way.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Fuck her.
She's crazy.
But yeah, that shit has bothered me so long. Like, and then we're not the only ones to comment on that. Like, people have been talking about his voice for a long time.
Mhm.
Like, where did you pick that shit up from? He's from Kentucky. Like, that's not how people from Kentucky talk.
It's like,
Hey, I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna develop my own accent and start.
oh boy, what is
start-
that gonna be like?
Start Monday. I'm just gonna go to work. I'm just gonna talk different.
Start talking in British.
Yeah,
That's it.
What is that gonna be? Is it gonna be?
You're not-
Eastern
I'm gonna ask-
European?
no,
That's a mental illness, man.
Start talking
British.
in
I'm
British.
I'm gonna ask them a bottle of water.
Would you like a bottle of water?
A bottle of water.
This next headline, it looks quite interesting, mate.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
Quite
Hey,
brilliant.
bro.
Quite brilliant.
Hey, fam.
Blood.
And then what you gonna tell them? I'm from Alabama.
Are you from South London?
I'm from London, Alabama.
Okay,
bro.
well, this will be our last one. Go ahead and read this one.
Elon Musk told Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, "Stop hitting on me," after she posted a scathing tweet about a tech billionaire with an ego problem. She is got to be the most annoying fucking politician.
I don't know how she's still in office.
Because New York thinks she's fucking fantastic. The more fucking moron you are, the more the left loves you.
I don't
And
know.
listen, I'm not okay. I don't hate her because I think she's trying to like change.
She's not trying.
But a lot of this shit is just so whack. It's never gonna happen. Like the whole Green New Deal thing is retarded.
She's a
Never
caricature of a liberal, and she's and just like Donald Trump is like a caricature of an American, loud, boisterous, stupid, ridiculous. She's a character. She understands like what do the people who lean left represent in America. I'm going to be that to the extreme.
So read her tweet.
Tired of having to
Why you don't want to
collectively
read no more,
stress.
Charles?
I told you I'm not.
You done reading. So for the rest of the podcast, you're not
I'm
reading.
done.
So
Go ahead.
AOC
You're
said,
sensitive about that.
tired of having to collectively
You can
stress
read,
about.
Charles.
AOC said, tired of having to collectively stress about what explosion of hate crimes is happening because some billionaire with an ego problem unilaterally controls a massive communication platform and skews it because Tucker Carlson or Peter Thiel, I think it's Peter Thiel, took him to dinner and made him feel special. And then Elon Musk said, stop hitting on me, I'm really shy.
This is the Elon type of.
Yeah. Very,
Okay, so what
answer.
fucking hate crime? So, what hate crime?
Verbal abuse, I guess. I don't
Verbal.
know. I don't know, but it's like it goes back to that old alliteration that you hear in elementary school. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can
No,
never
that
hurt you.
doesn't work. You say that, and you just hurt someone's feelings.
Oh well, too bad, so sad. Get a life.
This is
Move on.
does she
Oh, wait, she said she quit back in a now deleted tweet that she was referring to a different billionaire. She was referring to Mark Zuckerberg. And she said, I was talking about Zuckerberg, but okay.
What? She's a moron.
But it was deleted.
I don't think she deserves
But
to
it's
talk
deleted,
any-
so-
about any of these people, right? Because her success is based on
The failure of others.
not just that, it's based on like a misconception that they needed someone younger and to be a woman that and they did not need her. They didn't need her. They needed somebody to help them. But I don't know if it necessarily had to be her because they was like, well, she's from the street. She worked she's a bartender. She did this and this and that. I don't know if it necessarily had to be her. I think it could have been anybody else.
I agree, 100%.
To step in that role and represent that district or whatever,
But it's
that's just my thing.
identity politics. I hate it. I hate when they say like we need this type of person, and they, like for the Supreme Court nominee. And this is another topic for another day. We're not going to jump into it. But Joe Biden said, "I'm only going to nominate a black woman." Okay, that's when there's women and minorities on the Supreme Court, and somebody says, "Well, we need a white male."
Mm-hmm.
That will be racist.
Well, look,
They will go batshit crazy if a president says, "Well, we've got women, we have minorities, we got Hispanics." We need a white male on the Supreme Court.
I don't agree.
On next podcast, we'll talk about that.
I don't agree with announcing any of that shit, right?
Just nominate who the fuck you gonna nominate.
Nominate whoever you gonna.
There you go.
It doesn't matter if she's gonna be black and she's a woman. That's fine. Nominate them, and then I think we waste too much time talking about
superficial shit.
Just like, oh well, who's he gonna nominate? It doesn't matter, right? In the long run, it matters about their politics because they ultimately make decisions on the laws that run this country. But whatever their race and their gender, none of that matters. Just nominate whoever.
But that's the only thing that matters now. That's the only thing that matters.
I think the media puts a big, a lot of pressure on electing your leaders like on a federal level. Like your presidents, congressmen, all that. I think the most important though is like your local leaders. Like who really gives a fuck who's president? It's not going to change how I live, really.
Joe Biden hasn't changed the fucking thing.
It's you want Margaret on the school board to be right. She's going to be able to sign off those superintendent duties that conduct whatever happens in your school.
I mean, you blink and it went from Trump to Biden. I'm going to blink again and it's going to go back to Trump. Like who gives a shit?
My adult life is a blink and there's a new president. Like I've been an adult for Clinton, Bush, 2 terms of Obama, and then Trump. I've been an adult for 4 fucking presidents. And I'm 42. I'm old as shit.
And has anything really changed?
No. And as my whole life, I was born under Reagan. Mm-hmm. So my whole life has been Reagan, fucking Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama. I've had 6 presidents in my whole life.
But did you really give a shit in 89?
Nah, 89.
Okay, all right.
Bro, 89 was a good year. The Ninja Turtles movie came out.
I'm just saying, did you really give a shit in 89?
That's when shit was real. Like 89 in the 90s, bro.
That was BMT.
90 either. Like I didn't give.
What year were you born?
03.
You were born in 03. Caden, I'm gonna tell you, if you would have been a teenager in the 90s, you would have loved it.
I love it now. I look at videos all the time, and I'm like,
90s was great, man.
But this is like pre-cell phones.
Pre-cell phones. All this bullshit that the kids are dealing with in school now, we ain't have none of this.
Yeah, but see somebody listening to you that's his age that is that don't give a shit about what you're talking about. They be like, oh, who's old?
But see, there were no safe spaces.
Yeah. If you got hazed, school was fun.
If you got hazed, you got hazed.
School was fun. Now school is just it's a collection of depressed individuals who are just ready to fucking end it all.
Everybody's fighting. It's fights daily at school.
It's no fun.
I don't understand. Like, why the fuck these?
I look forward to going to school.
Yeah, like we didn't have fights every day. I mean, you pissing people off or whatever. You might have a fight every once in a while, but it wasn't like you go to school and it's like fights.
See, for me, it was
and they fight in
school. It was
they fights. We would have never. All my teachers knew my damn mama.
Never fought the teachers.
Went to church.
This shit is crazy. Like they fighting teachers.
They fight teachers.
Oh, school bus drivers.
School bus. Everything.
Man, I will beat the fuck out of one of these little motherfuckers. Listen to this shit, yo.
We should bring.
Okay, that's it. That's it. We gonna call it a wrap. All this other stuff we can talk about.
War Machine and had too much to drink. If I was a teacher, I've seen them videos of them teachers. That's like
dance battles.
I know.
I'd have one fight.
Bring back dance battles.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
Dance battles.
Dance battles,
we ain't dance.
Like Stomp the Yard. Bring back dance battles.
One of them little punk ass kids.
Bring it on. Win over here, right? Triple D over here.
Yeah. I've heard fucking Nolan back in the day. You won like a breakdancing competition in Utah. Nolan is the Utah state champion. It's like
from Utah.
He's like the 2016 Utah state championship. Look him up. Google him. Yeah. He's spinning on his head. Okay. He has a group with him and a bunch of Filipinos.
Why gotta be Filipinos?
They break dance, bro. Look, Filipinos are known for that shit, bro.
I got some Filipino friends. They don't break dance. They sing karaoke.
Well,
they karaoke.
You got
no. What's more cliche than what I said than what you said?
Nothing. I'm just telling you. Like I think you're a little off on that one. But
what? Are you? What's that group? The wear the mask.
Something like K-pop and all that?
No, the guys that dance.
Okay, we gotta go. We can figure that out off camera. Go ahead and thanks guys.
They're huge.
Like,
are you talking
subscribe,
about the Harder, Faster, Stronger?
No.
Robot people? Daft Punk?
Not Daft Punk. I'm like,
What are you talking about, man?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
hold on, I'm gonna find them motherfuckers.
Catch us on OnlyFans. And,
No.
Nolan got his feet on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Catch us on
Charles does his belly button thing. If you're into that,
Catch us on Instagram at The Park Show 1. YouTube, same readout, The Park Show 1. We'll see y'all next time. Like, comment, subscribe, all those things. Bye-bye.
what is the